Imagine having a health challenge, but you are feeling so strong. You go about your normal business, you can run, you are living a happy life, but actually there's something happening inside. That is high blood pressure for you. But at the end of this video, I'm going to be showing you simple things. They are very simple. Simple things you need to be doing either to prevent high blood pressure, or if you're already having a high blood pressure, to control it, that is to bring it to normal. That is why you need to watch this video till the end. I know a lot of you must have heard about high blood pressure. In fact, there's nobody watching this video that have not heard about high blood pressure. If you don't have a relative, or maybe your parent is not having it, you already have a friend or a friend's friend that has high blood pressure. But I know that most of us do not even know what it is all about. Let me just give you an overview of high blood pressure. High blood pressure is a cardiovascular disease. We call it a cardiovascular disease because it's a disease that has to do with the heart, that is cardio, and then the blood vessels, vascular. Just look at this way, that your heart is a pump, like a pumping machine, and then your blood vessels are the pipes through which, when this heart pumps that blood, it will now pass through these blood vessels and then reach to the tissues and organs in your body. But when some things happen, you'll notice that these blood vessels, these pipes, will become so narrow. They will become so narrow and then lose their elasticity. They will not be so elastic, such that this blood will now be passing through these pipes with difficulty and then with force. This is what leads to high blood pressure. This is just a layman on explanation of what high blood pressure is. Then we also have to talk about some of the few causes of high blood pressure, because you need to know the cause of a particular problem before you can actually find a solution or solve that particular problem. One of the major causes of a high blood pressure is what we call insulin resistance. I know somebody will be shouting, which one is insulin resistance again? See, let me explain. I'll explain it in a way that even a 10-year-old boy will understand, because the essence of this video is for you to understand it and then know what to do. I'm not trying to sound professional or maybe use all those big grammars that we use in the hospital. That's not the intention of this video. It's for you to understand it and then know what actually to do to stay in good health. Let's look at insulin resistance this way. Whenever you eat food and then the food goes into your gut, especially all these carbohydrate food like rice, yam, and then all these processed food that are high in sugar, whenever they go into your gut, what will happen is that there's what we call glucose. It's a simple sugar that is derived from this food that you eat. Then when this glucose enters into the blood, then there's a particular organ in your body called the pancreas. The pancreas will release a hormone called insulin. So the work of this insulin is to ensure that this glucose is not high in the blood, because excess of it in the blood is not good. So what this insulin do is that they will now kick this glucose and then go and store it in the cells of the body like the cells of the liver and then fatty cells, and then store it there in form of glycogen for future use. But a situation whereby you continue taking much of all these processed foods, sugar, and the rest of it, what will happen is that your pancreas will continue to produce more and more of this insulin, so that they'll be taking more and more of this glucose into the cells of the body. Just take it that insulin is a key, and then the cells of the body are the padlock. So insulin, the work is to ensure that when this glucose gets into your body, it will go and unlock the cell so that the glucose will enter. Once the glucose enters into the cell, it will now reduce the amount of glucose that is in the blood. So, but as you continue to consume more and more of these food that are high and rich in sugar, what will happen is that this pancreas will continue to produce more and more of this insulin, so that they will mop up the excess glucose in the blood and then put it into the cell. So what will now happen is that at some point, the cells of the body will stop responding to insulin. So whenever insulin go to unlock them so that the glucose will enter, they will lock up. In fact, they will be like, this insulin is so much disturbing us. So when this thing happens now, you will notice that excess glucose will continue to pile up in your blood. And then the pancreas will continue to release more and more of this insulin, so that they'll be able to mop up this glucose inside the blood. And a whole lot of this causes an imbalance in the entire body. So the kidney will be alerted to retain more salt and then water. In fact, when salt is being retained, water follows it to balance the entire system. So this salt and water retention by the kidney will increase the blood volume. The blood volume becomes high. So this, what will happen is that more volume of blood will be in the body to pass through the blood vessels. It's just like a higher volume of water passing through a smaller pipe. So this will now lead this blood to be passing through these blood vessels with much difficulty and much pressure, resulting in high blood pressure. The number one way to control high blood pressure is to be mindful of the things that go into your mouth. Be mindful of the things you eat. You know, some people, when they wake up in the morning, they will take bread and tea. In the afternoon, they will now take maybe all these noodles, and in the night, they will drink Coke. In fact, and they will be feeling that, oh, they are enjoying themselves, they are big boys and big girls. But they don't know that they are destroying their blood vessels. So food is your number one medicine. In fact, food is your greatest medicine. You notice that when you are eating right, you will not be needing all this medication, all these pills, because food is more important than that medication. From today, if it is possible for you to cut off entirely from all these processed foods, in fact, anything you are eating and you're already seeing preserved by so and so chemical, know that it's not good for your health, because all these preservatives are not good for your blood vessels. So from today, focus more on eating fruits and vegetables. In fact, it doesn't cost much to eat well. Fruits and vegetables, then whole grain, and then cut off from all these processed foods and soft drinks and the rest of it. Some people that are having high blood pressure, in fact, the only thing that is causing them high blood pressure is because they are not having adequate sleep. Yes, they wake up very early in the morning and then they come back very late in the night. No time to rest. Sleep is one of the best medicine you can ever have. It's a way, it's something that rejuvenates your body system. Yes, whenever you are sleeping, you notice that your heart rate drops, your blood vessels relax, and your blood pressure drops automatically. In fact, naturally. So if you are not having time to rest, create time to sleep. Even in that your workplace, even if it is 10 minutes, it will go a long way in helping your blood pressure. Then to some persons, the only thing that is causing them high blood pressure is because of too much stress. Too much stress. When I talk about stress, I'm talking about both mental and physical stress. There are some people that the kind of burden they are carrying in their head, even a whole community cannot carry such burden. And when you so much stress yourself, the body releases, a hormone that we call the stress hormone, something like cortisol, adrenaline. And what these things do is that when they enter into your bloodstream, they will cause your heart to beat faster, and then your blood vessels, they will make it narrower, what we call vasoconstriction. And then this will now lead to high blood pressure. So avoid stress as much as possible. I know that in some countries it's difficult to eliminate stress completely, but you can minimize it. To prevent high blood pressure or to bring it to normal, these are the things you need to do. You have to eat right. Eat more fruits and vegetables, and then whole food, and cut off from all this processed food and then all these soft drinks and cool. Then secondly, create time and rest. Is very important. Create time and rest, create time and sleep. Yeah, so when you combine all these lifestyles together, because I'll still be dropping another video on high blood pressure, when you combine all these things, I bet you your blood pressure must surely come down to normal, so that together we will build a healthier community. So if you have not subscribed to this channel, click on the subscription button, click on the notification, so that when I drop the next video you are going to see it. Also share to your loved ones, because I know they need to hear this. The medic back, yes.